Hello dear students, welcome back to EDUHUNT video lecture series. We have finished discussing about various endocrine glands, their secretions, the defects that are caused by the abnormal secretion of these glands. Anyway, we have also done some worksheets based on this concept. First worksheet is already finished and we are now in second worksheet. The first 10 bits are also covered in the previous session. Now let us see the next question, that is release of milk from mother's breast is mediated through. We will get confusion between these two hormones, that is prolactin and oxytocin. Prolactin is released by anterior pituitary gland and oxytocin by the posterior. Both are related to the mother's milk. But what is the point that differentiates these two hormones? That is very, very important. I'll make it clear today. Prolactin is the hormone secreted by the anterior pituitary part of the gland, that is adenohypophysis. It is responsible for the production of milk from the mammary glands in a pregnant woman. But the oxytocin is the hormone produced by the neurohypophysis, that is the posterior part of the pituitary gland. But it is also related to the production of milk, but it is related to the directly related to the secretion of milk rather than production. That is, while the baby sucks milk from the breast of the mother, it sends a signal to the brain and it releases the pituitary, it stimulates the posterior pituitary gland, posterior part of the pituitary gland, neurohypophysis, and it starts secreting this oxytocin. Oxytocin releases milk from the mammary glands, whereas prolactin produces milk. So that is the difference between these two. So here the question is, release of milk from the mother's breast is mediated through oxytocin. Renin is produced by the juxtaglomerular cells. Juxtaglomerular cells. Which of the following is a gastrointestinal hormone? That is, here we know all these are related to the intestine, but we need to find out which is hormone here. Cholinesterase, ase, if we see a suffix ase, it related to the enzyme. It means it is related to the enzyme. So it is an enzyme. Enterokinase, it is also an enzyme. Gastrointestinal enzyme. Secretin is the hormone. There are secretin and enterocrinin, but it is enterocrinin. But Answer is secretin. Secretin is the correct answer. Find out the correct matching from the following: hyperglycemia, glucagon, calcitonin, parathyroid, vitamin D, cretinism, and thyroxine, rickets. Among these, the correct option is hyperglycemia, glucagon is the correct pair, because glucagon is the hormone released by the alpha cells of islets of Langerhans present in the pancreas. They are responsible for the glycogenolysis, that is breakdown of the glycogen into glucose, and also reduces the utilization of cellular glucose. That is why the glucose content present in the blood raises up, it increases. The increase in the glucose in the blood is called the hyperglycemia, and the hormone is called hyperglycemic hormone. Glucagon is the hyperglycemic hormone. Calcitonin is not related to the parathyroid, it is related to thyroid. Vitamin D, cretinism. Cretinism is a disease caused because of the deficiency of iodine in the diet taken by the pregnant women. It causes cretinism. Thyroxine rickets. Rickets is a disease caused because of the deficiency of vitamin D. Okay, it is not the hormonal disease, it is a vitamin deficiency disease. So the correct option is the first one. Hormone that causes milk ejection from the breast when the baby begins to suckle is called. It is no doubt it is oxytocin. In the previous question it is asked like release of milk from the breast. Here it is asked like ejection of the milk from the breast while the baby starts sucking. So the correct option is oxytocin. Which is a gastrointestinal hormone? Which is a gastrointestinal hormone? We know that gastrointestinal tract releases enzymes. Along with enzymes, it also releases some hormones which also act on activation of enzymes. This ptyalin, no doubt ptyalin is an enzyme, enterokinase is also an enzyme, and cholinesterase is an enzyme. Only secretin is the hormone produced by the gastrointestinal tract. Hormone produced in allergic reaction is, during allergic reaction, glucocorticoid, mineral corticoid, norepinephrine and epinephrine. So epinephrine is the correct option where the allergic reactions are produced by epinephrine. Hormones involved in carbohydrate metabolism are insulin, glucagon, epinephrine, calcitonin. In this, calcitonin is not be considered. Insulin, glucagon, epinephrine and glucocorticoids. Insulin, glucagon, cortisol, melatonin. Insulin, glucagon, norepinephrine and melatonin. Among these, the second one, because insulin and glucagon, they collectively they work in a coordinated way to regulate the carbohydrate metabolism. Along with these, epinephrine and glucocorticoids. Glucocorticoids are the hormones secreted by the middle part of the middle region of the adrenal cortex. A tadpole which is surgically removed, which the thyroid gland is surgically removed, that can be made to metamorphose if this kind of question we have already done in the previous worksheet, that a tadpole is placed in a beaker containing thyroxine hormone. What happens to it? Obviously, thyroxine is essential for metamorphosis. That is why the tadpole immediately metamorphoses into adult one. Here also the same kind of question, but in a different way it is asked. A tadpole with surgically removed thyroid gland. A tadpole, for example, tadpole looks like this. Somewhat like I have drawn like a snake, small snake, but tadpole it is. Tadpole is the larva of frog. Thyroid gland somewhere it is removed from the tadpole larva, and it can be made to metamorphose if ante అది అడల్ట్ గా మారాలంటే థైరాయిడ్ గ్లాండ్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బికాజ్ ఇట్ సెక్రీట్స్ థైరాక్సిన్ హార్మోన్. ఈ థైరాక్సిన్ హార్మోనే టాడ్పోల్ లార్వా మెటమార్ఫోసిస్ జరిగి అడల్ట్ గా ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అవ్వాలంటే థైరాక్సిన్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. దట్ ఈస్ సెక్రీటెడ్ బై థైరాయిడ్ గ్లాండ్. Thyroxine secreted by thyroid gland is very, very important because this hormone is responsible for developmental changes in the tadpole to become an adult. Options: given an injection of TSH, given an injection of oxytocin, given an injection of thyroxine, feed on dried thyroid gland. It is given an injection of thyroxine. Thyroxine, just now I mentioned that thyroid gland secretes thyroxine hormone, which prepares the tadpole larva to metamorphose into adult. If the thyroxine gland is removed from the tadpole, it stays in the larval phase only. To metamorphose it, it needs thyroxine hormone, because lack of thyroid gland, it does not secrete, it cannot secrete the thyroxine hormone. If we provide externally the thyroxine hormone, it metamorphosis occurs. So this is the answer here. Third option, given an injection of thyroxine hormone. The endocrine gland of insects which secretes the juvenile hormone is. Even the endocrine glands also occur in insects. They belong to phylum Arthropoda. The insects, they have different phases in their life cycle, like insect egg, then larva, then pupa, then adult. So if all the stages in the life cycle occur, that is said to be holometabolic, and that is we have already discussed in Arthropoda section. The endocrine gland of insects which secretes the juvenile hormone. Juvenile hormone is secreted by the corpora ellata. Corpora ellata that secretes the juvenile hormone called ecdysone. Ecdysone hormone secreted by corpora ellata is responsible for metamorphosis in insects. అలాగే మెటమార్ఫోసిస్ని ఎగ్డైసిస్ అంటాం. మెటమార్ఫోసిస్లో ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే the larval form changes and developmental changes occur in larva. Okay, with this we have finished doing some bits. In the next session, we'll do some more multiple choice questions based on this concept. Thank you.